Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something pretty fascinating today. We'll be exploring a section of the Brahma Purana. It's chapter 30, specifically an audio narration of it.
All in Hindi.
Yeah, all in Hindi, but I'm going to break it down. It describes a pilgrimage to Puri in India.
It's a really interesting chapter. It's not just like, a list of rituals.
Right.
There's this story woven in with powerful imagery and this, I don't know, this deep longing for spiritual liberation.
So, yeah, let's unpack that. The text, right, it outlines a series of rituals. They're all associated with, specific locations. And what I'm curious about is why. Why are these specific actions at these particular places believed to lead to purification and then, ultimately liberation?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's where the depth of this text really lies. It's all about aligning yourself with these cosmic forces and tapping into this deeper spiritual reality.
Okay, so let's journey to the first stop on this pilgrimage.
Sure. So our journey begins at this place. It's called Markandeya Tirtha,
Okay.
and it's a sacred bathing spot. And the text instructs pilgrims to face north, take 3 dips in the water, and recite a mantra invoking Shiva's protection.
Ritual bathing. It's always been it's fascinating to me. Is it simply about like physically cleansing yourself?
Whoa.
Or is there like a deeper symbolism?
Oh, it's definitely more than just getting clean. Imagine the world as like a turbulent ocean,
Okay.
and you, the individual, you're drowning in a sea of sin. That's actually how the Brahma Purana describes it.
Wow.
So taking those 3 dips while reciting the mantra, it's like surrendering to Shiva's power, asking him to pull you from this chaotic ocean
Right.
and grant you purification.
It's like a symbolic drowning and rebirth.
Right.
Yeah. You're washing away the past
Yeah,
and you're emerging renewed.
exactly. Yeah. And that whole idea that purification and rebirth, it's key to understanding like the entire pilgrimage.
Right.
Each ritual kind of builds on this idea.
So cleansed, renewed.
Yeah.
Where do we go next? Where does our path lead?
So from the purifying waters of Markandeya Tirtha, we journey to this extraordinary landmark. It's an eternal banyan tree.
Oh, wow.
It's known as the Vata Vriksha.
So the Brahma Purana describes this tree as enduring across multiple kalpas, right?
Yes.
Which are like, massive, cosmic cycles of creation and destruction. That's serious longevity.
Yeah.
What makes this tree so special?
Well, the text, it connects this banyan tree directly to Vishnu. It describes it as an embodiment of his Brahmateja.
Brahmateja.
Yeah, it's his divine energy, the like essence of his creative power.
So it's not just any tree. It's a living symbol of Vishnu's presence.
Exactly.
And there's a ritual associated with it, right?
There is. So the pilgrim is instructed to circumambulate the tree 3 times while praying for the absolution of sins.
Circumambulate. So that's walking around it.
Yeah, walking around it.
Clockwise.
Clockwise. You got it. Yeah, it's a very common practice in a lot of different spiritual traditions, actually.
Okay.
And it often symbolizes like a journey toward a sacred center.
And the Brahma Purana, it makes a pretty bold claim about the power of this ritual.
Yeah. It states that even the sin of Brahmahatya can be forgiven here.
Brahmahatya. Remind me.
It's the killing of a Brahmin, which is, it's considered one of the most heinous acts in Hinduism.
Wow. So the text is really emphasizing the magnitude of absolution one can achieve through these acts of devotion.
Yeah, and it's not just about blind faith either. Think about the banyan tree itself,
Yeah.
It's standing there as a symbol of enduring life. It's rooted deeply in the earth. While its branches reach, towards the heavens, it represents this connection between the earthly and the divine.
So we've cleansed ourselves, in the sacred waters. We've sought forgiveness under this powerful symbol of Vishnu. What's next on this journey to liberation?
So from the serenity of the banyan tree, we move towards the heart of this pilgrimage, the main temple complex. And this is where things get really interesting.
The main temple complex. It feels like, we're kind of approaching the culmination of this spiritual journey.
Yeah, you could say that this is where the pilgrim encounters the divine trinity.
Okay.
Balarama, Krishna, and Subhadra.
And I'm assuming there's a specific order
Oh, absolutely.
in which they need to be worshipped.
Yeah, the Brahma Purana is very clear about that.
Yeah.
You start with Balarama, then you move on to Krishna,
Okay.
who is depicted here as Jagannatha, and finally you pay homage to Subhadra.
This emphasis on order, It makes me think of, like, you see those carefully choreographed steps in a sacred dance.
I like that.
Yeah, each movement has meaning
Yeah.
and builds upon the previous one.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Each deity represents different aspects of the divine. And by honoring them in this specific sequence, the pilgrim is essentially aligning themselves with a cosmic order.
So let's break down this divine trinity, starting with Balarama.
Sure.
What are his key attributes, and what does he represent in this context?
So Balarama is often depicted with a plow and a mace,
Okay.
which symbolize his strength and his connection to the earth.
Mhm.
He represents the foundational aspects of existence,
Okay.
the raw power of nature that sustains us.
So before we can even begin to, seek higher spiritual truths, we need that solid foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like preparing the ground before planting a seed.
Precisely. By
Yeah.
honoring Balarama first, the pilgrim is acknowledging the importance of this grounded earthly energy
Sure.
as the starting point of their spiritual ascent.
And then we move on to Krishna. Now, Krishna, of course, is a major figure in Hindu mythology,
Oh, yeah.
known for his wisdom,
Yes.
his playful nature,
Mhm.
his role as a divine guide. How does he fit into this pilgrimage?
So Krishna is worshipped here as Jagannatha,
Okay.
the Lord of the universe. He's seen as the embodiment of divine love, wisdom, and liberation. The Brahma Purana dedicates a 12-syllable mantra to him,
Okay.
which is believed to be incredibly potent.
Oh, yes. The text claims this mantra can bestow moksha,
That's right.
liberation from the cycle of birth and death.
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated by the power that's attributed to these mantras.
Yeah.
Is it the specific sounds? Is it the intention behind them? Or is it like a combination of both?
That's a question that has been pondered by sages and scholars for centuries.
Yeah.
Mantras are more than just words. They're considered vibrational tools,
Yeah.
carrying specific frequencies that resonate with the divine energies they invoke.
It's like each mantra is a key that unlocks a specific door in the cosmic palace.
Exactly. By reciting these mantras with devotion and understanding, the pilgrim is aligning themselves with the energies of these deities, inviting their grace and guidance into their lives.
Okay, so we've honored strength and stability with Balarama.
Right?
We've sought wisdom and guidance from Krishna,
Yes.
who is the final member of this divine trinity.
Right.
And what does she represent?
So the final deity is Subhadra. She's often seen as the benevolent sister of Krishna and Balarama.
Okay.
She embodies auspiciousness, well-being, and harmony.
It's like seeking her blessings
Mm-hmm.
to ensure like a smooth and prosperous journey on this path to liberation.
You could say that Subhadra represents the nurturing, protective aspect of the divine.
I
She's
see.
there to guide and support the pilgrim on their spiritual quest.
So we've cleansed ourselves in sacred waters. We've sought forgiveness under the eternal banyan tree.
Right.
And we've paid homage to the divine trinity. That's quite a journey. But it feels like there's still something missing.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal, the culmination of all this effort.
You're right. This pilgrimage isn't just about performing rituals or honoring deities. It's about attaining moksha liberation from the cycle of birth and death, and ultimately reaching Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha, Vishnu's celestial abode.
Yeah.
Now that's a destination worth striving for. What can you tell us about this realm?
So the Brahma Purana describes Vaikuntha as a realm of pure bliss, eternal beauty, and boundless joy. It's a place where time flows differently,
Okay.
where suffering and decay cease to exist.
It sounds like the ultimate paradise.
It's often depicted as a place of radiant light, filled with celestial music and the fragrance of divine lotuses. It's the realm of Vishnu the Preserver, where souls who have attained liberation reside in eternal bliss.
Wow. Just imagining it brings a sense of peace and tranquility.
Yeah.
But how does one reach this incredible destination?
So the Brahma Purana tells us that through dedicated devotion, righteous living,
Yeah.
and the performance of these rituals, one can break free from the cycle of samsara
Okay.
and attain moksha.
It's not just about blindly following rituals, though,
No,
right?
no, of course not.
There must be a deeper understanding involved.
Absolutely. The rituals are a means to an end. They're tools
Okay.
to help us cultivate inner purity devotion and a deep connection to the divine.
It's like the outer journey mirrors the inner transformation.
Exactly. It's about purifying the mind and heart, aligning oneself with the cosmic order, and ultimately realizing our our true nature as divine beings.
And the Brahma Purana doesn't just tell us about moksha and Vaikuntha. It also provides a vivid image of how we get there.
You're talking about the Vimana, right?
Yes, the celestial vehicle
Yeah.
that transports the liberated soul to Vaikuntha. Like, I don't know, like a cosmic limousine,
I love that.
whisking you away to paradise.
Yeah.
It adds such a sense of wonder and excitement to this whole concept of spiritual liberation.
It's a beautiful image, isn't it? It reminds us that achieving moksha isn't about, disappearing into nothingness.
Right.
It's about transcending limitations and entering a realm of boundless possibilities.
So it's not an ending,
Yeah.
but a glorious new beginning.
Exactly.
But as we explore these profound concepts of liberation and these celestial abodes, I can't help but wonder, do these ideas resonate beyond the realm of Hindu mythology?
That's a fascinating question,
Yeah.
and one that deserves further exploration.
Yeah, it really is. It's incredible how these concepts of spiritual liberation and a transcendent realm, of existence, they just seem to echo across different cultures and traditions.
Yeah, it's a recurring theme for sure. The human spirit's longing for connection with something, something greater than itself, a desire to transcend these earthly limitations and experience a state of pure bliss and liberation.
Think about like the concept of heaven in Christianity,
Yeah.
or the Pure Land in Buddhism. They share such striking similarities with this idea of Vaikuntha, even though they arise from totally different cultural and religious contexts.
And it's not even just about the destination, right?
Yes.
It's about the journey itself.
Yeah.
So many traditions emphasize this importance of purifying the mind and heart, cultivating compassion, and living a life aligned with certain ethical principles.
It's like that outer journey
Yeah,
of rituals and practices. It's a reflection of the inner transformation that needs to occur.
precisely. And while the specific practices may differ, the underlying principles often share a common thread,
Would you?
like a focus on self-awareness, detachment from material desires,
Okay.
and the cultivation of love and compassion.
It's almost as if these diverse spiritual paths, they're like different routes leading up the same mountain.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the peak represents that state of liberation.
Yeah.
That ultimate union with the divine, whatever name we may give it.
That's a powerful analogy. And it reminds us that the journey to spiritual liberation,
Yeah.
it's a deeply personal one.
Yeah.
What resonates with one person might not work for another. There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right. That's why it's so important to approach this exploration with an open mind, with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to learn from different traditions.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to question,
Yeah.
to challenge assumptions, to delve deeper into the meaning and the purpose behind the practices. Blind faith without understanding it can only take you so far.
It's like that old saying, the unexamined life is not worth living.
And when it comes to spiritual exploration, I'd say the unexamined path is not worth taking.
Well said.
Uh-huh.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Brahma Purana,
Yeah.
and this particular pilgrimage to Puri,
Yeah.
I'm left feeling a sense of, awe and inspiration.
Me too. It's a reminder of the richness and depth of human spiritual expression.
From the cleansing rituals at Markandeya Tirtha
Right.
to the profound symbolism of that eternal banyan tree and those powerful mantras invoking the divine trinity.
Yeah.
We've glimpsed into this world where ritual and mythology and the pursuit of liberation they're so intricately interwoven.
And while this specific pilgrimage is rooted in Hindu tradition,
Right.
the underlying themes, they resonate with seekers from all walks of life.
Yeah.
The longing for connection, the yearning for transcendence, the desire to break free from limitations and experience that state of pure bliss and liberation. These are universal human aspirations.
So we'll leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What does spiritual liberation mean to you? What practices or beliefs resonate with your own soul? Perhaps this deep dive has sparked a desire to explore further, to embark on your own personal pilgrimage, whether it's a physical journey to a sacred site or an inner journey of self-discovery.
Wherever your path may lead may be filled with wonder and insight and a deepening connection to the divine within and all around you.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.